More tea.
No thanks. I'm good.
But you look so thirsty.
Honestly, I don't even like tea. And I shouldn't be taking it, especially from you. I'm going to die, aren't I? Just, what is your goal? Do I have to finish all these and go, or?
I'm not prone to say yes or no.
I'm not drinking your damn tea.
Is that bad?
Does it matter?
Yes. Is my tea that bad?
You made it.
Yes, tea made from the finest of branches.
Knowing my life, I don't believe you're an angel, and I don't think you're doing this out of the goodness of your heart either.
I noticed a dark presence. As an angel, I must save them all from demons.
Even ones that pose no threat and have been refined to being good?
A demon always tricks a person to revealing its true colors.
Yeah, but she's not done anything in a while, and that only happens because she has no free will. And again, can you truly say that what she's doing is considered bad when she has no control over it?
So you're being controlled. Seems to me like even if they are as pure as they say they will always come back stronger and do anything in their power just to get what they want.
Whatever, just let me go. I'm fine.
Drink. Better?
Yeah, sure, now tell me.
Don't forget, you still have a review to do. You're almost done.
Fun fact. See me dance, or as I later figured out what the C meant, Christ. So, Christ me dance.
Doesn't sound right at all.
This movie is not well known, but those who come across the trailer find it very
religious, telling the story of good going against evil.
About a girl with cancer that gets harassed by the devil because... I'm gonna save my insults for later, because this is gonna be a trip.
Not religious.
This is See Me Dance. Emphasis on C.
1992, a girl is trying to get away as a semi-truck follows behind. She's driving sporadically, trying to get away from the truck, and it's revealed that she has a baby with her. She goes from crying to not crying because, taking time to reshoot shots is hard. The car crashes, leading it to burst into flames and flip upside down. It goes from pitch black to bright out as in a matter of seconds as the fire is put out, and her husband rushes in and is stopped by police. We get the funeral that lasts maybe 5 seconds before we get shots of the daughter growing up. So Sherry is now a teenager and is a ballerina. She continues to practice, feeling like she hasn't been on her A game, as she wants to be in the next recital, which is just in 5 days. We see, however, she's struggling a bit, just like I am. Vince, Sherry's father, gets a call from the pastor and asks if she's going to go to Bible studies. He goes to ask her and finds her passed out. They go to the hospital and they run some tests. It comes back that she's fit but probably overworking herself, so it's down to 1 hour of practice, which Sherry isn't too keen on. We get a shopping scene with Sherry and her friends.
Another thing I didn't mention, but the girl Allie has a terrible bruise, fracture, I don't know, but it's on her ankle. How is she running like that? And also it's forgotten, so I guess it doesn't matter. Why'd I bring it up? Because God healed her wounds.
But everything comes to a halt as they go back to the doctor's office, and it turns out that Sherry has cancer. It's leukemia.
Damn, I've had family members with breast cancer, and even my late Nana had colon cancer. Do not tell me that God cures this woman of cancer, because if this happens, I'm going to break something.
Even sadder is that it's the late stages. But Sherry decides to go to practice anyway, which her dad doesn't think is a good idea. But what good is moping around? She becomes more angry as her dad asks her to pray, and I get it. She's questioning everything and why it has to be her. She already lost her mom, and now she has cancer.
Oh, even better, let's pray Mom didn't die when I was a baby. Oh, I have a good one. Let's pray I'm not dead by Christmas.
Wait a second, Cherise.
No! Please, just stop loving me.
All right. I'll do you a favor and kill you now.
Yeah, you do realize that your dad's done nothing but love you, and this is how you're gonna treat him?
Put me in the brig. I don't mind.
I get it. This isn't what you want. This is bad because you're questioning, why me? What did I do so wrong to deserve this? Your family and friends didn't do everything wrong. Stop taking your frustration out on them before they leave you, and don't come to see you when it's your final days on Earth.
She dances to see if she can qualify, and she makes it, but is still in the shittiest mood. Sherry gets home, and she and her dad have a heart-to-heart. She apologizes to her friends and decides to have a sleepover. Her dad is off on a date with Dr. Kroll. Yeah, the doctor that gave her the diagnosis.
It's a small world after all.
While on their date, Vince begins to think that Sherry may not like him dating. Or maybe she feels like you're dating and will start a family after she passes, forgetting about her. But hey, maybe that's just me. Vince thinks him and Dr. Crawley shouldn't see each other since Sherry needs him. But again, he's torn because he loves her and his daughter. Dr. Kroll agrees maybe he should be with her and comes home to find the three girls asleep on the couch. The next day, Sherry and Vince rush out of the house because they're late for church, and then this happens.
What's my dad gonna do without me?
I'll be fine.
What?
What?
Dad, you just said you'd be fine.
Sure, you okay?
Can you read my mind?
No, Why are you thinking about cream cheese?
You can! Demon!
I am not!
Okay.
Sherry tells her dad what she saw and heard, but he says he never said anything. Again, Sherry tells her dad that she's going to die and asks what they need to do from here. Basically, live life until you can't anymore. Sherry and Vince both had the same dream about saving Allie from drowning while they went biking and wake up in the brightest time of day, 3:16 a.m.
My sarcasm knows no bounds for these movies.
They do the rehearsal and everything goes well, but Sherry gets a weird feeling. It matters to nothing as they go to the locker room and Sherry asks Allie to go to church with her. She gives some excuse and leaves, and the other friend says this.
I can't believe you invited her to church.
I know. I've been asking her since the 5th grade, and she gives me a different excuse every time.
Yeah, I think sometimes she wouldn't go to save her life.
That's the way we wash our hands. La, 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 la.
So, for some reason, and I do mean some reason, Sherry talks to her dad. You see, she thinks that she's supposed to lead Allie to church.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Where the hell did God or hell anyone say lead her? Nothing indicated besides a dream of you saving her life from drowning.
The word of God comes in many shapes and forms.
Is it a word of God if I see my friend drowning one minute, then the next we're gonna go visit Mothman, and the next we're gonna go to his sex dungeon? Then no.
So Sherry tells him about the dream, which he knows about, since Allie called for help when suddenly these mists come into the house. The hell is going on here? So at school, Sherry wants to talk to Allie, but not in the hall. But randomly, again, you're just gonna have to get used to me saying that. A much older guy comes up to them, dressed like one of those cast members from Grease, and flirts with Sherry, which pisses off his girlfriend, who also looks like she's from Grease. Sherry stares at them, and they leave.
So, is God giving her powers to stand up for herself, or is it Satan?
God, of course.
How do you know?
Our God is an awesome God, He reigns. Our God is an awesome God.
Sherry tells Allie that God is calling her, and she doesn't believe her.
My dad doesn't care. Why do you?
Allie wants to know why I cared since no one else does, not even her father does. And yet God will take away her friend. Make it make sense. When Sherry is outside walking, the one guy from Greece and his girlfriend are sitting in their car when the guy asks if Sherry wants to take a ride. She says no, and he chases her and tries to kidnap her.
Abduction? In my Christian movie?
Vince gets a call and believes it to be his daughter, even though we don't hear anyone on the line. But regardless, he rushes over as Sherry does everything in her power to stop the guy. She's pinned down by both the guy and his girlfriend as Vince rushes over for help, getting beat up by the other guys that are there. While trying to fight, Sherry grabs onto the girlfriend's leg and she passes out. The dad ends up getting the guy off of Sherry. Again, we see a nail driven and the guy asks to be saved.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are we in a movie about a girl getting cancer? A girl trying to go through life as a ballerina? Are we trying to warn people about the safety of being cautious of others? Is this some sort of spiritual awakening? What even is this anymore? We're trying to fit so many things into this movie all at once that does not even matter anymore because, again, we're losing the premise of this girl is dying of cancer and somehow God's like, make all of fucking, I don't know, these people join you because you're somehow a speaker for me now. We don't even get the fake, oh, I'm God, this is my voice. We're just supposed to believe it? I say that this is the loony bin for a girl who's dying and this is her hallucination because she's on so many painkillers to try and not make her suffer anymore.
So what Sherry believes is that God has chosen her to save people. Whatever helps you in your last moments, I guess.
I don't get this.
What?
These test results, they don't make any sense.
You mean I'm not sick anymore?
What? Oh, no, Cherie, I'm sorry. It's just that by the looks of these results, you should be in bed, but you're with your friends, you're dancing.
Sherry sets up a date with Vince and Dr. Crawl as Allie and a few others are at their house. So the guy who tried to hurt Sherry apologizes. Your ass is so lucky she is not pressing charges. He's been on a bad path. He's a good boy. Good boys don't try and attack people and try to abduct minors. Good people don't flirt with minors, you fucking lunatics. The guy also says he saw God and Jesus being crucified. He wants to help Cheryl.
Fuck you! I ain't having that shit!
So everyone there wants to help, saying they know God led them to her. This is what we like to call a cult. Charles Manson can tell you all about that. Realizing she has some gift, what do you decide to do with it? Nothing. It's God's gift, no? You can't take credit. Fucking shoot me. At ballet class, Sherry sees a dark figure in the corner of the room that no one else seems to see watching her. The man gets closer and closer, but does nothing. Sherry gets home and tells him what happened. Vince believes the devil was watching her because she was chosen by God.
So terrorists, school shooters, people who want to take away our own rights, shitty people and murderers, the devil doesn't look at, but a team from Pennsylvania who wants to stop all this because she gained, 10 people on her side to be a part of her and God's plan. Priorities, man, I mean, you gotta have them.
Sherry is having nightmares about the devil and is woken up by her dad. The two see that the devil has been smoking some of that devil's lettuce, and he's just kind of standing there breathing. You got asthma or something, kid?
Is there a thing where demons can't go into a house with crosses and Bibles?
It wouldn't be able to settle well, but it could still stay.
So if they were to pray or have guardian angels, they could leave.
Depends on how strong your belief is. Yours is as weak as a newborn.
Ain't been possessed yet.
Yeah, well, you don't have my permission to be here.
But the demon burps in his face and leaves. They call Pastor Jeff and ask for help. The devil goes to the church, and Jeff tells him to leave. Yes, because that's stopped him before. But Jeff finds that everyone will be at the Battle of the Bands and wants Sherry to...
Dude, what was the devil's first act of deception?
I don't know.
Convincing humanity that he didn't exist.
Yeah, but what do you want me to do? Go through the audience bringing people to the Lord?
Nope.
Well, then what?
On the stage.
Yes, but only after Christ himself did it to the devil first. Also, the devil was God's favorite, so he had to learn deception somewhere, was also allowed to do so by God. Also, how come the devil is seen as bad when technically he's considered good? Because he takes people to a bad place. When even then, that means he has an angel side, and in this case, more of a human side, I guess. But as well as the Bible, he's never murdered anyone. I mean, he's decepted people, so I guess if you want to say that's the worst he's done, but whatever. But God has told others too, and or has himself killed people, like the flood of Noah. Or how about God telling Abraham to kill his son Isaac, and when they climb up to this mountain, he nearly does, but he says, congrats, you didn't, even though he was literally about to. Or how about when Jesus had to sacrifice himself for others, when God was too tired to do so himself? Or hell, he had one chance to have a son, and then he made him suffer such terrible thing because the people on earth were such shitty.
You will not insult God.
Watch me.
Insulting the Lord is an insult to its people. Insulting the Lord means you're insulting its purpose.
So, I can point out issues with any religion. It doesn't matter if one or two people talk about its issues. I'm not talking to derail people. I'm trying to point out my issues with this movie. I'm not insulting anyone. I'm insulting the religion, yes, but I'm not insulting the people that actually, believe in this or whatever. You can still believe in a religion and not go by the book or think, hey, this thing's pretty fucked up. But again, because we have done that, look at what the Bible has become now.
Vince and Sherry stay the night at the church, even though they saw the devil and it would be able to get into the church with ease. Because apparently telling it to stop does something. I guess saying stop by pasture means no demon in. I don't understand that either. So at church, people are upset. Why? Because Sherry's going to give a speech. Wait, what? You're upset that a kid wants to tell you about the message she received? Not only that, but these people haven't been told that she has cancer. One by one, these people say they believe, sitting in front of her as they look at the cross saying they believe.
If you don't believe, then why the hell are you here?
In other words, look, it says in the last 2 weeks, murders and rapes have gone down 89%. It's the biggest decrease in 50 years.
And look at this. The county register says that the owner of a large chain of adult bookstores is closing the doors to all of his stores. When asked why, the multi-millionaire entrepreneur replied, pornography is a vile sin, and he's putting his money into helping the family of those that's been tortured by pornography.
Well, in Variety, it says the next big 3 movies scheduled for release have been shelved by the studio executives. It's reports that they say that they may harm family values and they're never going to release them.
I just heard on the radio, that kid that was kidnapped last week?
Yeah.
The guy just let him go. Just let him go.
This is great.
I couldn't make this shit up. I couldn't make this shit up if I tried. I'm sad that I lack the talent to make this shit up.
The next big thing to take it is the television, because pastors and whoever's do it all the time. The TV guy believes they're nuts, but gives them a 30-second segment after she converts him by force. Cult movie. And gives them the time. And then she converts more. Like, holy hell. They get every news station in Pennsylvania. But Sherry has ballet, but no one is here. The janitor lets her in anyway to practice, even though the place is having electrical issues and dances with the devil watching. Back with Vince, more people have come to church to pray, and the devil tells Vince that the only way he'll stop is if she stops. Simple, right? Vince doesn't give in, saying he'll protect Sherry, and we cut to the next day when Sherry misses the bus and her ballet teacher takes her home. Sherry goes to call home as the teacher asks about practice, giving away that the devil is here. The devil tells her again just to stop and he'll leave them alone, but she refuses. He even turns into her mother to try and make her stop, but that doesn't work. She insults him, calling him a loser because he wants her to stop and can't have God's powers.
Ooh, got him.
But it seems like it's daytime the next day. How? And since we're following the trend here, Sherry needs a ride home.
Hey kid, you need a ride.
So at church, Pastor Jeff and Vince can't find Sherry. No one has seen her since yesterday. Never mind, she's here. What was I expecting, really? She gives her speech and we cut to Christmas morning. This is a Christmas movie! Sherry begs to open a present early and is told yes. Dr. Kroll as well follows behind, only to find Sherry dead by the tree. Yes. She opened her one gift, which was a license plate saying, "See me dance," and Vince begs to know why. She had been doing what was asked. Surely she was still needed. Vince tells Sherry to dance for her mom, and she does, joining her in heaven.
Damn, they really killed her like that. I have many jokes, but I've settled for just one.
Good. I do like how it attempts to make the story about a girl who is diagnosed with leukemia until Satan is involved. I like Vince. He's just a dad trying to raise his daughter and is now struggling to prepare for the loss of his own kid. I like when Vince and Sherry have a heart-to-heart moments, like it's a genuine father-daughter talk. I like the rock concert and all the songs that there are played. All one. Bad. Why is at the beginning do we need a funeral scene? Why not just jump to the daughter growing up? Sherry is awful. She basically yells at her dad for wanting to pray when they find out she has cancer and tells him to stop loving her like, The fuck is wrong with you? This is your dad, the man who has not only lost his wife, but now is about to lose his daughter. How about this? A movie about a girl with leukemia in a religious household that lives life until she dies. Not this. Why did God choose her? No, really. This makes it seem like that others, unless you believe in God, can help others and convert them. Not only that, but God prolongs her death by weeks. He's on a bad path. He's really a good boy. Suck my ass. Put this man in jail. The devil looks like he wants to sell you car insurance. He's not scary and probably has a weed problem. Oh yeah, and what exactly was to fear about him? He said stop. He didn't do or show anything that would warrant her to reconsider. Did he kill her? Well, technically she was gonna die anyway, but God prolonged it, but that also means that God could have killed her too because she's converting everyone in the state of Pennsylvania. And again, I add, the devil was so free to fuck with a girl with cancer? Like, no one else had anything big going on that day. And her words in church after one day had done so much, and yet what happened when she dies? Who's going to take over the next person to help? I mean, it'll probably be in X amount of years or so. See you in another 1,000 years. And for real, let me just say this now. All of the state of Pennsylvania had tuned in to watch the pastor channel or something like that. Or maybe they were all told. Like, again, we're not shown that either, but it's like the whole state of Pennsylvania to the point where it is 89% down of its crime. That's not possible. Also considering that, I don't know, half of the people that probably didn't watch it, or maybe they were out of state, like they also don't say, hey, this got to other places because, you know, sometimes like if it's on Dish, it'll be on Dish channels, but like they don't say that. They just say in the whole state of Pennsylvania. Also, did I also forget to mention that this is a cult movie?
Of course, one must follow the light. That's after one's job is fulfilled.
I mean, it is true God never said he would keep her there, just that she needed to spread the word.
Exactly. Even then, look at what good it's done.
Again, I do add, so late into the game too. Honestly, we need some Jesus in us now from what's happening out there.
So, does that mean?
Not converting, just making a statement. I could literally give 7 layers of fuck what you believe in.
Oh, you will.